Tigers back on the practice field. Feeling right. College football right around the corner in less than a month, or right around a month, as LSU set to report to camp in the next couple of days. Football school underway. Coach Ed Orgeron celebrating a birthday and back with us here on Off the Bench on a Tuesday morning. Happy belated, Coach, and good to have you back.
Good morning, guys. What a great day yesterday. And thank everybody for wishing me a happy birthday. 59 years old, going strong, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's a man get that seems like he has it all?
You know what? I got to coach my team. I got to be a parent. That's all I need.
Speaking of your team, back on the field, Coach, and you guys being able to see them up close, what's that been like from your point of view?
Very impressed with this freshman class. Obviously, it's a walkthrough, but the way they've learned, we've got some excellent players that's going to add to depth our team, and some of them are going to start. Really impressed with the progress of our offense with Steve Isming and Scott Linehan. Looks like we didn't skip a beat as far as going into the type of offense that we want to be in. And Scott's brought in some different stuff that we can use our best players at different positions. I think it's showing in the plays that we're running. Bowles has put in his defense. Our guys are taking his personality. It's going to be aggressive. Going to be attack. The guys are learning the defense. Overall, everything is going phenomenal.
Coach, you mentioned the freshman, and last week a freshman that you have raved about all summer, Arik Gilbert, was named the Gatorade National Player of the Year, which goes to the top high school athlete of last season. Can you mention some other freshmen that have stood out now that you've had a chance to hear about them in the offseason and now see him kind of walking through?
Yeah, first of all, it was good to see Rick Gilbert. It was the first time he was out of practice yesterday. He was hurt all spring, so obviously it was a walkthrough, but he looked good in that number 2 out there. The guy that's impressed me is Keyshawn Butte.
Okay.
I mean, here's him and Coy Moore. These guys are outstanding young receivers. I think they're really gonna be good players, maybe perhaps great players here at LSU. The offensive line's looking good. Defensive line, Jabril Cox. I've got a bunch of guys out there I can name. This is a great class. B.J. Ojulari, Philip Webb, those guys are really looking good. Jacqueline Roy, he looks like an NFL player already.
Wow.
Jacoby Guillory, 337 pounds. Very impressive group.
You keep talking about those defensive ends, Coach, and both those guys, Ojulari and Webb, are true freshmen. Is that too much pressure on guys that young at that position?
You know what? I think that those guys like Arden Key, he came in and played as a freshman. I think he started like his 4th or 5th game, but I think when you put them in the rotation, let them play and let them make plays and let them use that athletic ability and stay fresh, especially in the 4-3, I think those guys at right end can play early.
Coach, it's almost like a weekly occurrence here. I'm always curious about the offensive line. We talked a lot of Liam Shanahan over the summer. How's the O-line looking this first day? Where's y'all's kind of starting point for who y'all have repping with those first team?
Yeah. Liam's starting the center. Jason and guard. Now, they switch every once in a while, but I want to see them get the snaps. I want them to get the calls. There's at left tackle, Ed's at left guard, and Austin's at right tackle. And T-Bob, I'm telling you, man, these young freshman offensive linemen, you're going to like them.
Huh.
They're really athletic. They're really strong. Charles Turner is up to 280-something pounds right now. He came in at 230. Joe Evans at center. So we added depth. Guys are looking good. Very impressed with the offensive line. But, look, we got to put on the pads. We got to find out if Liam can block that nose tackle. I think he can, but we got to find it out.
And as far as Chase and Hine goes, Coach, with the emergence of like a Charles Turner or, as you mentioned, Joseph Evans switching over to center as well, does Hines get to focus more solely on that right guard position? I know that Craig always does some cross-training, but does he start to zero in there a bit more?
Yeah, I'd like to see him more at right guard. I think that's his natural position. But obviously, coaches, just in case that it doesn't work out, one of those guys can't do it at center. We know Chason can do it. But I think that's more of his natural position. And I do believe that Liam and Joe and Charles can handle that position, and they can handle the physicality.
Talking to Coach Ed Orgeron here on Off the Bench. Belated happy birthday to Coach as he turned 59 yesterday. And, Coach, we got to ask the million-dollar question, which is about the quarterback, right? How has Miles Brennan looked? And like you said, no contact or anything, but just operating the huddle, getting guys lined up. What's that been like through these first couple of days?
real good, confident, vocal. Steve's very pleased with him. Obviously, we're not, we have a ball, but we're not throwing the ball. We're not going full speed, so you can't tell accuracy or nothing like that. But as far as learning the plays, taking control of the huddle, and I'm really impressed with these two young quarterbacks. Max Johnson has a presence about him. You walk out on the field, you can tell he's a quarterback. And T.J. Finley has thrown the ball very, very well, lost some weight. Very impressed with all three quarterbacks right now.
And then what about on the other side of the ball, Coach? Leaders like Jacoby Stevens returning, but has there been anybody maybe that surprised you vocally speaking up? Like, how's a guy like Jabril Cox fitting in to a new group?
Very well. Very smart. Can run, only see him running in sprints and stuff. But obviously it's a walk through, but he's getting a hold of Bones' defense. I'll tell you who's practicing better than he's ever practiced, Micah Baskerville.
Okay.
I mean, I thought he's had some tremendous practice. Now, Josh White can run. Antoine Sampa can run. Very talented. We got some linebackers with not a lot of experience, but very, very talented there.
Is Coach Pelini fired up to be back on the practice field?
Yes, he is. And he's a force out there. He's very knowledgeable. He's great in the office. He's great in the meetings. And those guys are taking on his personality.
Coach, you rattled off a list of names earlier in the conversation of some true freshmen that are sticking out and some new faces that are on the practice field. How about working alongside some of your new coaches? What's that been like, just getting on the field with some of the guys you made in the offseason to bring in?
Great. I think Scott Linehan has been a tremendous hire. The work he's done in the office, the preparation he does, him and Steve Ensming are in there at 6 o'clock every morning. They're staying to 10, 11 o'clock at night. They're tireless workers, true professional. Obviously, having Bull back, I've known Bull for a long time. He fits in well at LSU. He's done a tremendous job there. I'll tell you a guy who's doing a tremendous job for us is Manny Michel. As an analyst, he does a lot of work. He gets here at 4:30 in the morning. When I get here at 6, he has everything broken down, ready to go. What a tremendous hire. So, again, I think we have a tremendous staff. It looks like everybody's gelling together. Everybody's finding their own little niche, finding that LSU standard of performance. But that's what camp's about.
You mentioned the analyst and what their responsibility is in the offseason, as you guys have game planned your entire schedule up to this point, and they've been so impactful in that. What's their responsibility when you're in season, as you're in practice right now on the field?
Looking at practice, looking at individual, getting stats for us, grading it, writing notes up, doing PowerPoints, making cut-ups. It's an endless job, endless job. But we take every practice, although it's a walkthrough, we take every practice, we grade it, we grade every individual. We watch individual, we make cut-ups with it, we improve. We talk about improving ongoing skill development every day. So it takes a lot of eyes, a lot of work.
Coach, we asked our listeners for some questions. Scott Dice wants to know, ask Coach O, due to the pandemic, are there any major differences in the way that y'all practiced over the weekend?
First of all, yes, because in July we usually not practice. So they've given us this time.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Friday and Saturday we had 2 days. We never had that in July, but it's the time that they've given us. Now, this week we're going to practice, obviously, yesterday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we're going to practice twice on Friday. Then we're going to let them off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and they're going to report back to camp on Thursday. Now, the NCAA has allowed us to go all the way through, but I'm not going to do that. That'll, as you know, T-Bob, that'll make camp too long, the season too long. I want these guys fresh.
Few more with Coach O. Hashtag Ask Coach O inside of the app. If the crowd noise isn't a factor due to the pandemic this season, Coach, will there be a different way to communicate on the field to hide intentions from opponents?
No question. We've talked about that. There will be singles. They got those little cards on the sideline, which I don't like, those little Daffy Duck and all that stuff. I don't think there's no room for football, but there's more ways to do it than one. Wristbands, there's all kind of stuff that we can do,
Talking to Coach O here on OTV. A listener wants to know how y'all are handling high school recruiting and what signing high school players looks like, given that, the season may or may not happen on that level.
Yeah, first of all, we're talking to these guys. We have unlimited calls, so we have more calls to them and FaceTime. We have 2 phone call sessions a day with our recruits, one at 1:30 to 2 o'clock, one from 5 to 6. And we may talk on an average from 30 to 40 recruits a day with their parents.
Yeah.
So we're in touch with those guys. Our staff has done a tremendous job. Some are playing, some are not. We're just going with the flow, man. We're just encouraging everybody, keep on working, keep on doing this. But the thing that's going to hurt is the guy that's on the bubble. And we have to watch him his senior year. He won't have an evaluation. Those guys may or may not get a scholarship.
Damn.
Wow. Last one for you, Coach. Ask Coach O, did Tyler Shelvin get your message from last week?
Big T lost a whole pound, man. We're in good shape.
Hey, it's a process, okay? It's a process.
It's a process.
Hey, I was telling T before you got on, you can tell, man, whether it's through the text message or just interacting with you, football season's here. You can kind of feel it.
No question. And the intensity level around this place is high. I want to commend my staff, support staff, everybody around our football players. We never blink. We've always had our hands up. We're going to play this season. We remain positive. There's been no question in our mind that we're going to play. Whenever we play, we're going to be ready to go.
Yes, sir. That quarterback looks good down at McNeese, too, in the offseason.
Yeah, he's doing good. I hope I can go watch him this week, maybe Saturday or Sunday, get him work out because it's his senior year. He's worked very hard. He's come over this summer and worked every day with Russ Callahan, who's done a tremendous job with him. And I can't thank Russ enough for getting Cody better. And Cody's matured. Think about this. Cody walked into McNeese. He was the 6th-string quarterback as a walk-on.
Wow.
He earned himself a scholarship, and he's the starter. So, obviously, as a dad, I'm very proud of him.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Congratulations
congrats,
to you, Coach,
man.
and happy belated birthday again. Thank you for these Tuesday mornings.
All right, man. Here we go. Go Tigers.
Yes, sir.
There
Here
he
we
is.
go. That's
Man,
it.
You can
Here
feel
we
it.
go.
You can feel it.
Here we go.
You can feel it. There he is, Coach O checking in from LSU football this morning. We will be back and close out hour number 1.